Hello, hello. We have made it. We have made it to this point in Christmas. Is this not like a walking ad for Amazon Prime? I actually didn't get, uh, mm, I don't think I got most of my presents on Prime, but I just had a lot of boxes that I saved in case I needed to package any presents to wrap them up in. So these are just here. These are here just in case. But anyways, I've got a cup of coffee. Let's wrap presents together. I'm going to show you everything I got for all extended family, my own family, how much I spent on everything. We're going to wrap it all together. Yes, and I have a gift at the very end. It's my wow gift to my whole family, and you are not going to want to miss it, okay? I don't do like, you know, I'm not trying to entice you or convince you to watch this, but it'll be worth it at the end. I promise it'll be worth it at the end. It'll make your heart happy. So, let's get started. Where shall I begin? Where shall I begin? Let's start with cousins, okay? So we have 3 cousins that we buy for each year. 2 girls that are about the same age as my daughter, and then a boy that is younger. Presents that I got this year. So for the boy, we got Connect 4 Spin. I don't know if you've ever played this. I played this with my son somewhere in like the last year because as soon as we played it, I put it on my Amazon wish list as a gift idea, and Christmas came around and I was like, this would be the perfect gift for the little guy in my life. I paid, let's see, I guess I better get out my list of prices here. I paid $20 for this, or thereabouts. I just rounded up. I didn't include, like change in my money. So anyways, Connect 4 for him. And then my daughter told me she likes playing school with this other cousin girl. So I picked out this school play set. Hopefully she'll like it. Hopefully it's not too juvenile. It does say ages 3+, and the girl is definitely much older than that. But I figured this would be a safe bet if she says that they really like playing school together, and it all kind of folds together and contains itself, and they have a very clean, organized house in this family, so I try to get things that aren't going to be like a super big mess and the parents are going to hate me. I paid, what did I pay for this? And I will put a link to these toys. Anything that is on Amazon that I have purchased, I will put a link to it down in my description, so you can find it for yourself if you're interested in it. The play set was $30. And then, let's throw that off to the side. I was actually at the thrift store back at the beginning of November, and I saw this in their art section, and it made me think of one of my nieces, and it was brand new. I looked through it. I like double checked. I was like, nobody's used it. It's in great condition. It's not like banged up or anything. It's literally brand new. Somebody just gave it to the Goodwill. It was $1. It was $1. I actually saw this in Walmart the last time I was in there, and I want to say it was like $10, $12. So I scored on this, but I knew she would love this. So this is just a little, make it real, bring creativity to life, fashion design sketchbook. So there's this, and then I got her some glow-in-the-dark plus to go with it. I believe the plus were close to $20. Close to $20. Let's see here. Hold please. Yeah, so I think it was $19 for this and then $1 for this, so $20. That's usually about my goal for extended family members, is about $20, so that felt good. And then we also I have a brother-in-law in my family that is an adult, but he is mentally disabled, and so he's got about the mental capacity of like a 10-year-old-ish. So we always get him a gift every year. He looks forward to them. He loves them. And it helps keep him occupied. So this year we got him this Tetris puzzle. I mean, I include him in my like extended family kid gifting because he is a kid. And then I actually got these at the dollar store. I got them for my kids when we took a road trip in November, and they loved them, and they were actually pretty good quality for the dollar store. I was impressed with them. So I got him 2 of those. I figured he'll enjoy that. He'll enjoy the Tetris puzzle game. And altogether this was definitely more than $2 because I spent $2 on that. $10 altogether. So between the Tetris puzzle and books, not bad at all. So let's get to wrapping these real quick, and then we'll move on to my husband. And no, we won't. We'll do this. We'll do this in order. We'll do all the extended family in order. Okay. We're gonna be chugging here. We're gonna be chugging here. I started my wrapping like 30 minutes later than I had originally planned on starting my wrapping endeavor. So now I'm feeling like, hold on, let me scoot back so you can see. Now I'm feeling a little frazzled, like I'm not gonna finish in time. And there's only so much time. You don't have kids at home, right? Yeah. As far as this go. I am notorious for cutting the paper too short. That's like one of my things I don't do well in life is account for paper. And I should have brought sticky notes to put on these gifts because I'm not going to do the tags. I try to be really thoughtful about privacy of my extended family and not sharing their names or their ages. Trying to be better at that. They're not choosing to have their life out in the open and public, and so they would probably appreciate privacy. So I try to remember that and respect them and their families. Something that I didn't always appreciate or realize when I was YouTubing. So it's like, oh yeah, like I probably would not appreciate if somebody I knew was YouTubing and sharing about my personal family when that was not my choice. So, okay, let me figure out how to mark these. How shall I mark these? I'm gonna get sticky notes. Hold on. Okay, back and better than ever. Can tell you my ankles are going to hurt later. Definitely going to hurt later. Okay, let's wrap this one next, since it's also a nice big one. I got this wrapping paper last year at Costco, and it's double-sided. I don't think I've ever gotten fancy double-sided wrapping paper before, but it's nice to be able to put everybody's present with a different print on it. It does make it easier to remember who's who and what's what. How shall I do this? Yeah. The scissors. So I am going to give you my total at the end for what we spent on Christmas this year. This year was definitely, for our standards, an extravagant year. Very extravagant year. was not the plan going into Christmas, but we were super blessed to be able to have an extravagant Christmas. This is probably the most extravagant Christmas we've ever had. And for various reasons. But yeah, I have mixed feelings about it because my kids are getting older and it's harder and harder to find, you know, small things that they would appreciate. And I am not a big gift person in general. Gifts are not important to me on the whole. And so I've always kept Christmas pretty simple in the past because I don't want it to be about this big production, you know? I don't want my kids to remember it as a big production. But this year it turned into one a little bit. Okay, so this and this could probably go in a box. In that. Okay, what box? We got 10,000 boxes to choose from. One of them's got to be a good fit. Okay, that's fine. That'll do. Kind of in a big box for the size of the gift, but all right, let's mix things up a bit. Not to put stuff into gift bags because it's way funner to rip the paper, at least for the kids, way funner to rip paper off of a package. It's about the experience of opening a gift. I did include in my totals the advent calendars that I bought for my kids, and I bought some advent calendars for a couple other people as well. I didn't show you any of that, and that's okay. I don't have to show you everything, right? You'll forgive me. We did activity-based advent calendars this year, so there wasn't like toys in them or anything like that. And honestly, last year was the first year we had ever done advent calendars. It was really fun, but it was a little much. And the only reason we had done it last year is because a friend had given me that really cool knife kit that you guys saw. If you remember, my son built a pocket knife with his kit. A friend had given that to us to give to my son, and so of course I had to get something for my daughter. So she she got a mini baking advent thing that was last year. And yeah, she really enjoyed that. She still uses the baking set. And I don't think my son has used the knife. He has no reason to. But it's there in case he needs it. In case he's out in survival mode in the woods or something. Okay. And then this, I feel like I can wrap this just like this. Yeah. All right. I did get my husband a gift this year. We have had many years now that we have not gotten each other gifts, and that's kind of the norm for us. I'm not a big gift person. I would rather he just spend time with me than buy me a gift, but this year I saw something that made me think of him, and I got it, and I told him, I was like, just so you know, I got you a gift. I know it's not our norm, so if you want to get me a gift so you don't feel weird Christmas morning. So he said he got me a gift. We'll see what it is. But generally speaking, yeah, it's mostly for the kids. That's how Christmas was when I was growing up. I don't remember us getting gifts for aunts and uncles and such. We might have, but it was not as memorable as the kids. Okay, what's next? The rest of our extended family. Okay, so on my side of the family, we decided for the couples, for the grown-ups, we would just do homemade gifts this year, which I was like 100% all in, all good for. So we have 3 gift baskets. I'm not going to put them together today. I'll actually show you in my Meals of the Week video what they end up looking like, because I'm going to be making a loaf of sourdough bread to put in each of these. I have some like fancy bread bags that I bought off of Amazon. Again, I will link them below. And then I made, you guys remember if you were with me, was it in November? We made these candles together. They turned out looking a little odd from the outside, but I did make one for myself, and I burned it, and it burned good, and it smelled great, and all of the things. So I've got a jar candle, homemade with tallow and beeswax. These were 100%, almost 100% free. I think I only had to buy like the wicks. I had everything else on hand for these, so got those. And then I did buy a scratch ticket, because nothing's funner than a scratch ticket at Christmas. So I got like a bingo scratch ticket to put in each of these. I'll make a loaf of sourdough, and I might pick some herbs from my garden and like bundle them up, and then, you know, I'll make it look cute with tissue and all that. But this was essentially free besides the baskets and the scratch tickets. So I'm just gonna put this off to the side. That is our homemade gift. Okay, I think that's it for extended family. Hold on. I need a drink of coffee. Okay, for my husband. I also got him a scratch ticket. I'm gonna put that in his stocking. We've always just had stockings for me and my husband, like just for show. Like they hang there, nothing ever goes in them. So he'll have a scratch ticket on Christmas morning. And then, okay, let me preface this with saying we are nerds in our household, and we are okay with that. We are very nerdy. Like the top shows that we probably watch on YouTube are like stuff about ancient civilization and archaeology. Like, me and my husband are fascinated by history. Fascinated, especially like ancient history. So anyways, I wasn't even looking for a gift for him, but I was scrolling through, I believe it was Amazon. I don't even know why this popped up in my search. I must have been searching for something else related. And I was like, my husband would love this. So, you ready for this? You ready for this? It's an archaeological study Bible. Yes, I know that is so nerdy, but it is super cool. If you look through it, it's got like archaeology included. It's got tons of maps and pictures, and it talks about, it's right up our alley, right up our alley. So I'm really excited to give this to him. And then I also bought him tabs. I'm not gonna open this. I opened it up and looked inside, and everything is like plastic coated, like packaged very intricately. But they're these really cool looking leather tabs. So I'm gonna let him open them up and put them on. I actually got 2 packs because we do have somebody else in our life that is, he's kind of starting to read his Bible. He's new to the whole thing, can't figure out where the books are in the Bible. Anyways, so I thought I would get him one because he would appreciate that as well. So one for my husband's Bible and one for another friend. This was, let's see, how much was this? The Bible plus the scratch ticket. Oh, I don't think I included the cost of the tabs, which were like $10. So the Bible and scratch ticket were $47. Is that sacrilegious that I gave him a Bible and a scratch ticket in the same? I'm just now realizing how crazy that sounds. But that's okay. You know, that's just who we are. I'm gonna put that extra tabs over there, and then I'm gonna wrap these separate, I think, and then this can be put off to the side for his stocking. So, yeah, there's probably somebody out there judging me for buying a scratch ticket and a Bible. Judge away, it's okay. I'm not worried about that. Let's see. So, our general structure for our kids' gift giving, which is how it's been for several years now, is they get 4 gifts. And the categories, which they're kind of arbitrary, and sometimes the gift doesn't actually fit very well into the category. This year, I think they all do. It just kind of helps me focus in on like 4 different areas to buy for them. So they're not just getting like a whole bunch of junk or whatever, you know. They're getting a good variety of gifts. So we always do something you want, something you need, something you'll wear, and something you'll read. And that has been, we've been essentially doing that for most of my kids' lives. Obviously, when they were littler, categories were, you know, when they couldn't read, we would still get them a book, but yeah, you know, it's kind of fluctuated throughout the years. But overall, that helps me not get overwhelmed. Nothing like a category to get me excited. So I think this is pretty much the last of my Christmas hustling around. I do still need to make the bread that will go in those baskets. It's actually fermenting on my counter right now. I mixed up the loaves this morning. I will let them sit most of the day out, stick them in the fridge overnight, and I'm filming this on the 23rd, so tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and I will bake them, and then we're going to our Christmas Eve get-together in the evening, so they'll be fresh made bread for my family. Whether or not they will appreciate it, yet to be determined. I'm sure my brothers will be like, yay, bread. But we all agreed on homemade gifts. So I'm actually excited because one of my brothers makes this really good beef jerky. I'm assuming he'll make it this year because he's made it the last couple of years and given it to us, even though we weren't doing, you know, homemade gifts necessarily. But it's the little things in life. I'm looking forward to beef jerky. Okay, my kids. I think the rest is my kids. So let's start with stocking stuffers because I don't have to wrap those. For my son, let's do my son first. So the total that I spent on stocking stuffers for him was $37.50. Let me scoot a little closer so I can show you this small stuff. Okay, first, something else I found at the thrift store, and I was actually really excited about it. I had on my list to look for a wallet for him. So when I was at the thrift store, when I found that other gift there, I found this. So it's like a brand new genuine leather wallet, $3.49, like brand new condition, never used, not a crease, not a anything in it. And I liked that it was a $100 bill, you know, printed on the leather. I thought that was cute. My son would appreciate that. Let me take the tag off before I forget. Let's not have a thrift store tag on it when he opens up his stocking. Anyways, $3.49 for this. This was something that he needs. Also found this at the thrift store. I'm on a roll here. It's brand new, unopened, like it's still sealed. We had found another one of these kits at a thrift store back at the beginning of our homeschool year, and he loved it and was like obsessed with it, and he's like, I want more of these. So it's a mini building block kit. It's a wolf, and how much did I pay for it? $6. And it was $6, but it was in a pack with two. You know how they bag stuff up at the thrift store and like put multiple things in. So there was this, and there was another kit. I haven't even looked at the other one. The other one is also, it's a different brand, but it's also like mini blocks. And so this is technically $3 because the other one was in it too. I'm thinking I'll save the other one and give it to him for his birthday, because his birthday is coming up not too long after Christmas, as long as it's like new in package. Anyways, this was another thrift store score. So I got that. I got him a hacky sack. One of my brothers played hacky sack all the time when he was like my son's age, and I was reminiscing about it, and I was like, it would be super fun to get him a hacky sack. So $7 for this. A fidget cube, because according to my son, I threw away his other one and he's devastated. I don't know. I probably did throw it away, but I got him another one for a stocking. The fidget cube was $6 on Amazon. And then I was just thinking about like school supply things that we need for homeschool. So I got him a watercolor art thing, and I got him a Feastables bar. I was looking for different varieties, but the Walmart I went to was like completely wiped out. They had like 2 of these bars left, and that was it. And I looked at a couple different places. Anyways, I ran out of time, and I was like, you know what? One candy bar in the stocking is gonna be fine. They'll survive with 1 piece of candy. They'll be getting candy from all the other extended family, so they will not be at a loss. Some Santa Hubba Bubba. Let's see. The Feastables and the gum together was like $3.50. It was not much. And then a $10 Robux So that's his stocking, and then my daughter's stocking. We're gonna start off strong here. Her stocking stuffers were a lot more expensive. Yeah, I guess I did find 2 of my sons at the thrift store, so that cut out some cost. Because those mini blocks, I couldn't find them on Amazon, but I found their website. They're not cheap for those like little block sets. They're not cheap. So I was super excited when I found it at the thrift store. Of course, K-pop Demon Hunter. We gotta do K-pop Demon Hunter all day, every day. Anyway, she has a yodel player. Highly recommend if you have a kid that loves listening to music or audiobooks or whatever, and you want them to have a screen-free option that they can have control over and they can take wherever they want. I just have like the small version, the travel size one, and it works great. She uses it every night when she goes to bed. She turns on a little audiobook story, or they have a radio station on it you can listen to. It's just like nighttime music at night. It's all kid-friendly stuff. So anyways, she's gonna flip about this because she keeps stealing my phone to listen to the soundtrack because she doesn't have this for her yodel player yet. So this was a pretty penny. I think it was $15 and then it was $5 shipping. So yeah, because Amazon didn't have it in stock, so I had to buy it from like their website. Anyways, I hate when I have to pay for shipping. I'm so used to having Prime and not having to pay for shipping for anything ever. So I'm always like super annoyed when I have to pay shipping. So that was her expensive item for her stocking. And then I got her 3 different Barbie outfits. Ooh. There's just a feather flying down from I don't know where. I got these on Black Friday. If you guys went Black Friday shopping with me, I believe they were $6 each, so $18 total, probably plus tax, $20, whatever. Almost all of her Barbie clothes are like completely ruined, so she was in desperate need of some new Barbie outfits. She also got watercolors. It was also $1.50. Did I tell you how much it was? Yeah, $1.50. And then I also got Feastables and Hubba Bubba and a $10 Robux. So that is their stockings. Her total was $53. I can't remember if I told you that or not. So his was $37.50 and hers was $53. And the majority of that was the Yodo player. That was the most expensive item. So I'm just gonna throw this all back in the box and save it. We will stuff their stockings on Christmas Eve night. And so, now let's move on to the good stuff. Okay, are we ready? So let's do this first because this makes sense. Okay, so we'll do the want last. So we're gonna do need, wear, and read of our categories for the kids. The want is like the, oh hi, it's a doggy. There's a doggy visiting right now and he's looking through the window at me. Yeah, so want, need, wear, read. Their want item is their big wow item. So I will show you those at the very end because, like I said, they're big wow items. I do want to preface though, sorry, I got a hangnail. That's driving me crazy. I want to preface with saying, yes, our wow gifts are extravagant this year. And it's not going to be that way every year. And at the end of the day, I would rather you take it all away. I would rather none of it be here as long as my family gets to be together and whole and healthy for Christmas. And I like mean that. I'm trying not to cry because this is a happy time, but I can tell you, there's a lot that has happened in my personal life in the last year that you know nothing about and you're not ever going to know nothing about. But what I can say is that 6 months ago, there was no guarantee that my family would be happy healthy, and whole. So, I'm not crying. We're not crying. We're not crying. It's Christmas. We're not crying. All I can say is that's worth more than anything else. Anything else in this room, in this house, anything else in this world. And I'm so grateful that my family, sorry, gosh, I'm not crying. We're not crying. We're not crying. I am so grateful that my family is healthy and happy and whole this Christmas. And actually, on that note, so I can stop crying, one of the things that I have told myself I'm going to do, which I will do after I'm done with all the wrapping video, is I'm going to write a little letter to everybody in my family. Because, gosh, okay, I need a sip of coffee because I really need to like pull it together here. Because more than anything else, I want the people that I love to know that I love them. So we're going to stop talking about sappy stuff. I'm just saying, this video is not to brag about all the things that I bought. This video is not to show off our lifestyle. That's not my heart. That's not what I want. I just enjoy spending time with you, and I had to spend a big chunk of time today wrapping presents, and I love, you know, this is fun for me. I don't want it to be showy, and I don't want it to come off that way, and I want you to know at the end of the day, take it all away, because none of it matters. None of it matters. But I'm so incredibly grateful that we are in a place this year where we are all together and we are able to afford big wow gifts, because that's not always going to be the case. In fact, most of my adult life, I have been poor. Most of my adult life, I started YouTubing when we got to the point in life where we were pretty okay financially. But I have spent the majority of my adult life pinching every penny, saving every dollar. So it feels good to be here, but I know it can all go away just like that. So, okay, enough. Let's move on. So, need. Okay, let me remind myself which thing goes in which category. Need is a little arbitrary. It's probably, but what I did, not opening those yet. What I did think about when I was thinking about their need item was that trying to think of things that they would use for homeschool or that we use a lot during our homeschool day, not necessarily school related. And what I came up with was magnetiles. My kids, I mean, they're older, 8 and almost 12, and they still love magnetiles. And we have a very small collection of them, and they have made those work all these years that we've had them. But when I was at Tractor Supply Co., if you guys came Black Friday shopping with me, you know I saw these magnetile kits, and they were cheap. They were $15 a piece. I think it was like buy one get one free or something. It came out to $15 a piece once I paid for them. So I got them each. This is each their need item. Like I said, my kids don't need anything, but this is their need item. Okay, need item. Let's wrappy wrap. I'm trying to decide. I'm gonna stop wrapping and just show you the rest of it, because I feel like this is going along. And then, you know what? Forget it. We're just gonna wrap. We're just gonna go with it. Okay, so I try to be mindful of your guys' time, because I know you give a lot of time to watch me on YouTube. Like, you take time out of your day to watch me, and I try not to waste it. But I'm also trying not to do a bunch of editing on this video. I don't think I've ever had a video where I just filmed it straight through and like didn't stop. So we're attempting that. We're attempting that right now. Because that would be cool to not have to edit on Christmas Eve. I just want to spend time with my family, because everything you see on my channel is done at this point completely by me. The dream is to like pay somebody to edit your videos. That's the dream. But we're being realistic here. Being really realistic here. Because I ain't making that much. No, I ain't. This is just a hobby for me. It's just my fun hobby. Keeps me entertained. It's a good outlet for me. Okay, let's start a pile. His pile and her pile. So I'll wrap hers with the girly side. And then of course, my wear category, that also applies to that. Like, my kids don't need any clothes, but it's fun to get them something that I otherwise would not go out of my way to buy them. This year, their wear category actually has 2 items in it, because at the last minute, I thought of something amazing that I knew they would both really, really, really appreciate. And I had already bought them another item that neither item was that much, so I felt like, okay, I can give them both things. That's fine. Okay. So, what need wear? So, for the wear, and I'm questioning my sizing that I bought, but it's a little too late. My son's getting a Roblox, I think it's called a Roblox noob character. I don't know. He'll be excited. He loves anything Roblox. But like I said, I'm questioning my sizing. It says it's his size. And then of course my daughter gets a K-pop Demon Hunter shirt. Again, something I wouldn't go out of my way to buy them like a cool themed shirt. Most of our clothes for my daughter is hand-me-downs, and then most of the clothes for my son almost exclusively is Walmart clothes, because he's just really picky with clothes and changes his mind a lot, so I don't fight it. So the shirts, I don't have it separated out, but what's going with the shirts, and each of these has a significance for my children. And both of these were found on eBay, so these are used items in good condition, as far as I can tell. Yeah, so this is a dolly. Again, has significance to my daughter that she will thoroughly appreciate. And then a bunny for my son, again from eBay. It's so soft. It's so soft. So anyways, I know that seems like babyish, but they're gonna be super stoked. So together with the shirt and the stuffy, my son's was $34 and my daughter's was $33. So not so bad. I think I'm gonna wrap these in boxes. Let's see if I've got, I don't know, is one of them fit? Probably not. Probably not that small of a box. Okay, we'll do this. I feel like I need a box that's more appropriately sized. Because this seems very big for... That's okay. Okay. My daughters go there. I don't think there's anything else I need a box for, so I should be doing okay here. I just put some tape on one side because they get so frustrated when it's actually taped with real tape. We went to a white elephant party and I taped it with real tape, and the adult that was opening it was not happy. He was like, who used actual packing tape to close this box? I was like, it's not my gift. Whoopsies. Just want to make sure it stays closed. I'm not trying to be difficult. Yes.
What are you doing?
I'm wrapping presents.
Yeah. Sounds fun.
Yeah. Are you done then? Or
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I cut this too short. This first gift I cut it too short on. I was doing good there for a while. So. Strip. Doesn't really matter, it's on the bottom, but I'm gonna cut a strip. Don't need parts of boxes peeking out. That's how I doctored up. Don't listen to me, guys. Never said I was professional. Just well intended. Listening to a weather report from our local favorite guy, Ben, at Washington Weather Chasers last night, and he was like, there's definitely a chance of like a really bad windstorm on Christmas Eve. There's a chance. I was like, we're so over it here. We've had so much wind and rain this month. It's got to be record amount of windy days, like really windy days, not just like breezy, like storm windy. Very unusual for December. We get windstorms, but we usually get windstorms in November. November is very common for windstorms. Okay, so don't look too closely at this box because it's not my best work. Okay, so that is my son's. And then this one is my daughter's. So there is a very, very possible chance that we will have power outages tomorrow. It's a good chance. We live in a very, very woody area. We're surrounded by woods. Our whole community is woods. So when it gets windy, like, it's inevitable that a tree falls and knocks the power out. So it's just real life possibilities that happen. I'm not gonna cut this one too short. Do my due diligence here. My coffee's cold now. bought like 3 packs, is it 3 packs of tape in preparation for Christmas, because my kids are notorious for stealing my tape. And then, sorry, it's probably loud. And then it's just gone and I have no tape. Like, that's the story of my life. I buy tape and then it's gone. Very big pet peeve of mine. Okay. So, this one's a little bit better. A little bit better. Read. We're on to the read portion. Now, for the most part, we use our local library. We get tons and tons of books from our local library on a regular basis. My son also has a Kindle, a kid's Kindle, and he uses that literally every day. It's probably our best purchase ever for my son. Hands down. My son wakes up and first thing in the morning he gets his Kindle and he sits by the fire and he reads on his own volition. Nobody's telling him to do it. He loves that thing. So if you have a kid that is an avid reader, highly, highly, highly recommend the Kids Kindle. Highly. It does require a subscription. I think it's like $5-6 a month. And you have parental control, so you can control what types of books they see and all that type of thing. It's been a game changer. But there are books that either aren't available at the Kindle, on his Kindle, or aren't available at the library, so I try to focus on getting those books. My son, who loves Diary of a Wimpy Kid, this is the new book that just came out, I think in late October, November, possibly. I looked on our local library website, and it has like over 100 hold requests on it for like 5 copies, so it would be a long time before he gets this. I'm not sure if it's available on his Kindle. Hoping he hasn't read it on his Kindle yet. I don't think they have like brand new released books on there. I don't know, not for sure. Anyways, this is the book for him. That was, I think, $10 on Amazon. And then my daughter, who is not an avid reader, she doesn't enjoy it. It's something that she has not embraced in her life, but she's a good reader. We had 2 book series that I found through our local library that she really enjoyed. And so I tried to find books in those series that aren't available at our library. So they're older series or not as popular, and so they didn't have all the books available. They weren't at our library. So the first one is, if you have a girl that's into gymnastics, cheer, dance, those types of things, and is a reluctant reader, this series she's really enjoying. My daughter specifically. It's Sports Illustrated Kids, and they have, this one's the cheerleading one. They also have a gymnastic one. I think there's a dance one. Anyways, it's pictures. It's chapter books, but it's got lots of pictures, so it's not as intimidating. And yeah, she really enjoys the characters and the storyline. So I got her this. I believe this one I got used on Amazon for $5, and it's in like new condition. So I was not sad about that. And then we just discovered this author, Ellen Potter. This is actually a different series than the one that we've been reading. We've been reading one, I forget what it's called. Very similar looking cover, but it's about a girl that lives in a tree in Central Park with squirrels. I know that sounds really weird, but it's an interesting, it's a fun story. And this was a different series of hers that's kind of goes along the same lines. It's about a girl named Piper Green. Anyways, so this is another chapter book that's not super intimidating. Again, it was on Amazon. I think this one was brand new, but it was only $5. So a read for each of them. And then, okay, I'll stop wrapping because I feel like this is getting long. I want to respect your time. Oh, so before I get to our wow gift, before we get to that, one of the things we usually do in past years is I get them a shared gift that's from me and my husband, not from Santa. And I usually get them a game and a puzzle or something, like, you know, activities we can do as a family. This year, they've been really into Monopoly. That's been like a thing, which is, they're about at that age. But Monopoly has all these cool expansion packs now. So we got the jail expansion pack, and we're gonna try that out. So I'm gonna wrap this up, and this will be to both of them from me and my husband. And then I didn't get a puzzle because we've been doing a lot of puzzles with doing homeschool this year, and I was like, they're not gonna be thrilled about a puzzle. And we can get free puzzles at our local library, so I skipped that, but this will be our fun, like, family gift. Okay, on to the wow gifts. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Oh, also, the Monopoly expansion was $10. Wow gift. Wow gift for my daughter, which was $610. She specifically asked for this. And I'll caveat with, my daughter's wow gift and my son's wow gifts will essentially be shared by both of them. That's kind of how we do it in our house. Like, yes, this is a gift for you, but if somebody else would like a turn using it, like, we share here. Okay, so this was hard to purchase. It's hard to spend this much money. Are you ready? Switch 2. It was literally the one big item on her Christmas wish list. So she's kind of getting into gaming. She's not been into it in the past, but she's now into it with her brother. So we got the Switch 2. I got her a Nintendo eShop gift card, and then I also got her like some girly games, a Bluey game and a Barbie game. And then this is just a travel case and, you know, accessories and things like that go with it to protect it. So this was her wow gift. Now we need to go outside to show you my son's wow gift. His wow gift was even more painful to purchase. His wow gift was $2,150. I will say, our rule, like always our rule in our family, is we do not go into debt for Christmas. That's a given. We don't go into debt for Christmas. So it's like, we had the money to be able to buy these wow gifts this year, so we went ahead and did it. But it's like, we ain't going into debt for Christmas. Okay, guys? Okay, let's go outside and I'll show you his wow gift, and then I'll show you the really, really exciting gift that's a surprise for my family. Here we go. Okay, ignore the gigantic disaster that is my garage right now, but under this blanket right here. Are we ready for it? Ta-da! He's gonna flip. This is something that we have been talking about buying for a couple of years for the kids, so the time had come. But, okay, so this was $2,150, I believe. All tax and sales and all that included. So, yeah, it's like a little dirt bike. It's a TS90 Kayo brand, in case you're wanting to know. I don't know if you care. Okay, let's go see the best gift of all. Ready? Okay. Are you ready? I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a hint. Sorry, it's kind of dark in here. Not even my husband knows about these yet. Don't worry, he's gonna be excited. Come here. Come here, girls. There is a shelter local to us that was impacted by the flooding, and they were giving away kittens for free because they were overcrowded. So the names that they came with, here, do you want some treats? I know you're like, what is happening? Don't worry, they're getting lots of love and attention, even though I've got them hidden away. Oh, yes. Oh, you're gonna come out to me? So this one is Sansa. We will probably change the names. They're, I believe, Lord of the Rings names is what that lady said. Okay, okay. This one's Sansa. You wanna say hi to everybody? Yes. And then this one over here, Arwen. Come here. Come here. I know. You guys are like, what's happening? Come here. I got treats for you. We've been talking about getting cats for a while, and my husband's been on the lookout for local cats in our area, and so he will be very pleased with this. I know. I just want to show everybody how beautiful you are. Yes. Oh, you don't want it? You just squeezed it all over your nose. So I told you it would be worth it. I told you. I told you, I told you. Okay, let's show everybody here. You go over here. I want you escaping. This one is Arwen. Oh, yes. Yes. So our Christmas total, I told you these girls were free, 100% free, which, I mean, I had to go buy cat food, but we had pretty much everything else. We used to have cats. They both passed away. Our second one passed away last year, or early this year. I can't remember. My timeline is off. It's been almost a year without cats, basically, and we've been dying to have more cats. So, yeah. So these were the best gift of all is free. There's your life lesson. So I went yesterday and picked them out from the rescue, and if I had known ahead of time that I would have been able to find kittens, I didn't know that I was going to be able to find any. I'd gone to a couple different places and contacted a couple different places with no luck. So I know it's a popular time of year to be getting kittens, probably. Anyways, so I didn't know if I was going to be able to get them, but otherwise this probably would have just been their wow gift. Could have saved myself a couple thousand if I had known. So our whole total for all of our presents, for all of our family, extended and children and everything in between, was, I believe, just over $3,200. So like I said, way more extravagant than we have ever done. Last year, I believe we got all of our presents for under $1,000. So this year's a special year. But anyways, that's it. That's all I got for you. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope your Christmas is wonderful. I hope you got to spend time wrapping presents with me, and you get to see family. And yeah, anyways, I am so grateful that you spent time with me today. And I'm so grateful that you continue to choose to hang out with me and watch my videos and support me and leave all the nice comments. So I really, really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday, and I will see you next time. Bye. Say bye, girls.